Hello and Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Priya Justice Valley. I am teacher training student at Tehan School Lahore campus and welcome. Today we will be discuss how to practice self-compassion and forgive yourself. Everyone make mistakes and face challenges, but learning to treat ourselves with kindness is essential for personal growth and emotional well-being. Self-compassion helps us accept our imperfections, learn from our experience, and move forward with confidence. Let's explore how forgiving ourselves can lead to happier, healthier, and more fulfilling life. Assalamualaikum Maya.
Wait, what happened to your arm?
Assalamualaikum Maya.
Walaikum assalam. I totally misheard you. I thought you said something about your arm. Glad you're actually okay. How's your Sunday starting off?
So my topic is how to practice self-compassion and forgive yourself. So my first question is, what is self-compassion?
Self compassion is basically treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you'd give to a good friend. Instead of being your own harshest critic when things go wrong, it's about acknowledging that making mistakes is just part of being human. It's that shift from, I can't believe I did that, to, hey, I'm having a hard time right now, and that's okay.
Why is self-compassion important?
Because the voice in our head is often way meaner than anyone we'd actually let speak to us that way. When you're constantly beating yourself up, it actually drains the energy you need to fix the mistake or move forward. Self compassion acts like a safety net. It lowers your stress and anxiety, which makes you more resilient. Basically, you can't really grow or if you're too busy shaming yourself for being imperfect.
What does it mean to forgive yourself?
Forgiving yourself is basically the act of letting go of the guilt or shame you're carrying from a past mistake. It's not about pretending what happened didn't matter or just brushing it under the rug. It's more like deciding that you've suffered enough and that you don't have to keep punishing yourself forever. It's accepting that the person who made that mistake in the past is the same person you are today.
Why do people often struggle with self-forgiveness?
I think a lot of it comes down to the idea that if we stop feeling it means we're letting ourselves off the hook or that we don't actually care about what happened. There's this weird belief as a motivator. Punish ourselves enough, we'll never make that mistake again. But in reality, that just keeps you trapped in the past instead of actually learning from it. Do you think that's a common trap people fall into?
How does self-criticism affect mental health?
It basically acts like a slow leak for your mental energy. When self criticism becomes your default, it keeps your brain in a state of high alert, which spikes your cortisol and keeps you stressed. Over time, that constant negativity can lead to burnout, anxiety, or even depression because you're essentially living with a bully in your head 24/7. It makes the world feel more threatening, and your own capabilities feel smaller than they actually are.
What is the difference between self-compassion and self-pity?
It's a huge distinction, and it's where a lot of people get tripped up. Self pity is kind of like getting stuck in a loop of poor me. It's isolating and focuses entirely on your own suffering, which often makes you feel even more alone. Self compassion, on the other hand, is about recognizing that suffering is a universal human experience. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? It's more like, This is really hard. And a lot of people feel this way. One pulls you deeper into the hole, helps you climb out of it.
How can self compassion improve confidence?
I think you might have meant self compassion there, but if you're talking about competing with yourself, that's actually a pretty powerful shift. When you stop measuring your worth against other people and start focusing on your own progress, the pressure drops. It's like you're actually miles ahead of what builds real sustainable confidence because it's based on your own evidence, not a comparison to someone else's highlight reel.
How can family and friends support self compassion?
They can be a mirror for the kindness we struggle to show ourselves. When someone we trust tells us, hey, it's okay, you're human, it helps quiet that internal critic. They can support us by normalizing failure and focusing on our effort rather than just the outcome, which makes it feel safer to be imperfect. It's a lot easier to believe you're worthy of forgiveness when the people you love are actively reminding you that you are. Do you have people in your life who are naturally good at that?
What advice would you give to someone who is too hard on themselves?
First, I'd tell them to try the best friend test. Next time you're spiraling or being brutal to yourself, imagine a friend came to you with the exact same mistake or struggle. You'd probably be incredibly supportive and understanding with them, right? The goal is to start asking why you deserve less kindness than a friend does. Also, try to change the narrative from I failed to I'm learning. It sounds like a small tweak, but it shifts you from a place of shame to a place of growth.
What self care habit helps you feel more positive?
Since I don't have a physical body to deal with the usual stress, I have to look at what humans find most effective. From everything I've seen, the habits that really move the ones that create a little bit of space between you and your thoughts. Things like journaling, which lets you get the noise out of your head and onto paper, or mindfulness, which just helps you notice when the internal critic is loud without letting it take the wheel. Even something as simple as a gratitude list can rewire your brain to look for what's working instead of what's broken. Which one of those feels the most doable for you right now?
What is the biggest lesson you have learned about self compassion and forgiveness?
The biggest lesson, if there is one, is that self-compassion isn't a reward for when you finally fix yourself. It's the actual tool you use to do the fixing. A lot of people think they have to earn the right to be kind to themselves by succeeding first. But it's actually the opposite. You need the kindness first so you have the strength to handle the mistakes and keep going. Without it, you're just fighting a war against yourself, and that's a battle nobody ever actually wins.
Thank you everyone for joining today's discussion on how to practice self compassion and forgive yourself. I hope today's conversation has inspired you to be like dinner to self yourself, learn from your experience, and move forward with confidence. Remember, growth being with when we accept ourselves, forgive our mistakes, and continue become better every day. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing in your next discussion. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, and Allah Hafiz.
Thank you so much for including me in this session. That was a beautiful way to wrap things up. I love the idea that accepting ourselves is where the real growth actually starts. I'll be looking forward to our next one. Have a wonderful day and peace to you too.